Hi there, good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I still can't find my little sign, so welcome. It's buried in here somewhere. In amongst my Christmas chaos. It's here, but I don't know where. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on the little insert journal that's going to go into Mrs. Cratchit's ledger. Hold on, let me grab it here. Every time I lift something, I hope I'm going to find my little sign. So, yesterday we worked on this, and I did here. I always like to set it up so that we can all get a vision, including me, of where I want this to go. So, end papers are in, flip outs. Oh, that's going to go over here. So that'll get glued in underneath there. Oh, I got rocks everywhere. There we go. Pockets there. And then we worked on this yesterday. The only thing that I did afterwards, there's all our little papers that she's been squirreling away in case she needs to, write a letter to someone. She's very thrifty. She wouldn't mind that it's on old ledger paper. I thought it needed some metal corners, that this also was scrap from the office, and that she's put it there. I am going to have to put in another scoring here. Thank goodness I put in enough fabric here. I'll be able to put a score line in and lift this a bit so that I'll be able to tuck her little journal in underneath. I like that. So I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. It's just, I love it. It looks special. It doesn't necessarily look Christmassy yet. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to play with it or not. But anyhow, and this little book, I have put all the papers in. I have used mostly blank. I suspect that since this is going to fit here, and all of this needs to be able to close, and right now it can. There we go. I don't, if the new owner plans on keeping, well, here we go again, flipping, unflipping, plans on keeping this stored in here, I don't expect that this is going to become the kind of journal that turns into an alligator mouth journal. I have left a bit of room in there, and these haven't been in my press yet, so they'll come in quite a bit. I tried to avoid using too much tea-dyed paper. There's a tiny little bit. I can't resist. But it's mostly ledger papers. There's some tea-dyed. Some Christmas music from the little booklet that Nancy sent to me. This little map of Europe. On the other side is Great Britain, where she lives. So anyhow, so those are ready. I need end papers for here, and that's what we're going to do today. And I have no idea. This is peeling Mod Podge. When I put if you recall, when we fortified this spine, I used the actual text block. I put it back in to help remind it to stay nice and keep its shape. But the plastic I used, I had obviously used it for Mod Podging or something, because it all decided to try and stick to the fabric. It doesn't hurt anything. It just cracks me up. So if you see shiny, glistening things, it's leftover Mod Podge. Anyhow, so let me move this out of the way. Now I have an idea, but I'm not set in stone yet for end papers for in here. I'm thinking, since she lived in the Victorian era, I'm thinking I want to use some papers out of my the chintz floral designs from the Victoria and Albert Museum. So I'm hoping maybe I'll find some in here that would look nice with a red cover. So not necessarily Christmas, but remember the Victorians were happy to use any flowers and almost any color when it came to their Christmas celebrations. Roses were, roses were fully available for their decorating instead of poinsettias. Little birds, they loved little birds wishing a Merry Christmas in their cards and that. So I'm just looking now, but I would like a little bit of red to go with the cupboard. I have my TV going here and it looks like it's going to get noisy. Let me turn that down. There we go. I've seen lots of pinks. Now that might look nice actually with it. There's some red tones in those leaves. Not that it has to match, but I would like it to. See, I think would be very pretty for a lady's journal. It's just a very soft, pale pink. Looks like a wallpaper. I'm liking that one. Not so much that one. I love this one. I've used this one before. I still like the pink one better. I love this one. I've used it before. This is just such an awesome book. What did I get it for? $3.49. Knowing me, I bet I got it on sale. I bet it was like Senior's Day or else 50% off Green Day. And these are all wrapping paper. And you can still get them on Amazon. Different kinds. I don't know whether you can get this one on Amazon, but I like this one. I like those roses and the forget-me-nots. If I could put in those reds, that might look nice. Oh, I've got 2 sheets. Okay. Oh, and there's another. All right. Let's see. Anything else? No, you don't want those. Although those almost look like dried up holly, but they also look very thorny. No. Aren't these beautiful? Oh, I just love them. So pretty. All right. Now, let's compare that pink one that I was liking. Let's go back. That day I was so lucky. I found this book. There was also a book of Art Nouveau. There was also, I think there was one of William Morris prints. Anyhow, it was one of those days where I just felt, now this one, why did I go back buy this one so quickly? I kind of like that rich green with the red. Now, would it fight with all the other greens in the book? Because that's kind of pretty. Let's pretend. Let's set it up against. No, it's not the same green. It's very pretty though. All right. It's a toss-up. Let me see if this is shiny or if you can see it. You can. I'm going to bring it down closer so you can take a look for a second. Are they pretty? Very pretty. There's little bits of sort of bright. That's the red of the book right there. It doesn't need to all be red. This one really doesn't have any of the red in the book, but I like the browns. I love the pastel pink. This seems like something a lady would choose to put in her book. I'm just trying to see how it would look up. See these dark brown leaves here and here and here really have a rosy glow to them. And this red book really is almost rather brownish now with grime and age and fading. It's really quite brown. I think I want the pink. I think I want pink. Let's just do it. Oh, well, let me bring the camera back. There we go. All right. Come on. Thank you. There we go. I'll put you in the back. Okay. Now, I just want to decide whether this really has a definite direction to it or if it's one of those ones that I could put it in another direction. See those leaves? I look for the shadowing in the leaves and the artwork. Shadows on that side. Just to decide whether it has a definite upside and downside, because that will determine as well. I really like this, and I think that's what I want to use. And I just trying to decide if I go, that will get lots of that red. If I go right there, that would get lots of that. All right, let's tear these two off. These have, see how big these sheets are? Huge. Right. Put this away, back into the book. Now I'm going to need a file folder. This is so thin because it's just wrapping paper. I'm going to need a file folder because I'm going to have to glue it onto something stronger. So hold on. Let me grab one from over here. There we go. Now, there's all those score lines. Remember I was telling you about all the score lines that are on file folders. Boy, I've been making good use of them this Christmas season. How deep is that? I think I'm going to have to use this bigger side. That's all right. These big legal size file folders are just big enough that I can't use them with my cutting board. And I also find that they're so long that to try and do a straight cut with a ruler on my mat, even that's hard because it's hard to keep the ruler from slipping. So I'm going to have to approach it to the side. So let's figure out how big I want these end papers. And I need some paper here to write down. Where's it? There we go. So I want it a little bit bigger than the old end papers. I'm going to have to cover them up because they did not want to lift. So I want them if I go up here, Yes, 7¼ will do. 7¼ by, I'm going to make it a little bit too big. I'm going to do 4¾ just to be safe. I can trim it in. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4¾ Yeah, let's just see what this one. Look at that huge amount of difference. I shouldn't give them a hard time. This poor little old book is from 1879. Poor little thing. It's just doing the best it can, even though its end papers have been askew for 140 years. Let's see if I can get some of this. I don't want to wear through the fabric, but if I can lift a bit of this. So I'm using the rough part of this kitchen knife. I'm worried if I go in with my really sharp knife that I've got, my bookbinding knife, that I'm just going to slice right through everything. Whereas this mostly just kind of scratches at that old paper. It scratches it away. Yep, we're getting some of that off. Even if it's just on this side, that will give me more room to work with. That's close. I got a lot of nerve doing this on top of the paper that I want to use. Talk about living on the junk journaling edge. There, that gives me more room. Okay, I'm really happy. I'm glad I took a minute to check and see. Because it wasn't coming up here, I just assumed that it was just going to give me grief. Now that's still kind of thick, so I want to wear it down a bit. So I'm going to come at it from this direction, just to sort of plane it down so it's got a nice smooth, so the end paper will lay on it nicely. And it just blends. That feels nice. Well, let's see if the whole thing's made a liar out of me. Let's see if I can take this up. I didn't try and find Eddie Mitchell. I should try and find Eddie Mitchell. He was the owner, or he was one of the owners. I'm sure there were many children that learned out of this book. Young people. This was a high school book, I think. I got the impression it was a high school book. That wrote his name in the front. So I know the town that he was in. And I should go take a look. I love when I can find the person who owned the book that I'm working on. I don't know, it just makes it become even more real to me. You know, they were alive. They were born, they lived, they died. And this book was part of their life. And now it's become part of my life, and then it's going to become part of someone else's life. That's the sort of reason why I have no qualms about old books that aren't rare, that aren't worth a valuable amount of money. It's just sad that, you know, they're not needed anymore or whatever. But it's wonderful that they can become artwork. Spouting off on my junk journal soapbox here, but I'm already excited about what. Maybe I'll see if I can get some of this off. R.S. Porter, Lindsay, Ontario. R.S. Porter must have been the school. Oh, this little book is completely making a liar out of me. On camera. Did your kids ever do that to you? With a perfect stranger, you'd make a statement, child in hearing distance, and they'd go, "No, Mom, that's not the way it worked." "Oh, no, dear, you're forgetting." "No, Mom, it was like this. This, and this." Oh boy. Okay. honest heart of a child. Okay, well, that came up nicely. I think I'm going to sneeze. If I sneeze, I apologize. Pardon me. There. Okay. All right. I'm happy. I'm thrilled and surprised. All right. Let's do this. I'm just going to brush this off over here with the trusty brush. Now I need 7 1/4 by 4 3/4. So let's see if I go along here. So I know, no, that's not a right angle. Oh, ho, that's not a right angle. So there's 7 1/4. And I need 4 3/4. Then I need another 4 3/4. More or less. That gives me trimming room. All right. Let's do it. So see, it won't fit in if I put it in this way. But if I put it in this way, if I start working on my short side, then I'll be all right. And I'm using this edge because I'm counting on that being straight, whereas I used my scissors on this edge, so I know it's not even. It was that's been scissors cut. All right, I'm going to hold off on that one. So that's right angle, that's right angle. Let's give this one a right angle. So, I should be able to fit it. I can fit it this time. Okay. So I can at least give myself a right angle there. And then, oh, dropped it on the floor. Hold on. There we go. So if I want it there. Gosh, I hope I'm in camera. There. Put this away so I don't get tempted. I sneezed and now my nose is plugged. How does that work? Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. There we go. Yay! All right, so front and back. Let's just make sure. That's going to be nice. And there's a little bit of room for trimming. Oh, there's my phone. Hold on. That was the sweetie pie. He's on his way home. So that's nice. All right, so I want it here. And I want to give myself room so that I can trim the paper afterwards, because I made the mistake. Usually I glue it down and then I trim and give myself a fresh edge of both things that are bonded together. And yeah, I forgot to do that. So, oh well, we have ways. So I like all those reds. I want all those reds. So let's just do this here. That's good. That's not too much waste. I still have all of this that I can use for something else. All right, so we can glue these down. Let's see if I can separate this, or if it's going to be a nuisance. And then, of course, you know what we're going to do. There's just going to be a lot of distress inking. This needs to look like it's, 160 years old. All right. Let's use this for now. It's just faster. That aside. Just deciding. I'm going to think. I'm just trying to decide if I want to place the images so that they're mirror image to the corners of the book covers. So I'm going to do the front one first because I knew no. Okay. Seriously, where's my pencil marks? Have I lost my mind? Is it upside down? Oh. That was it. There it is. Ah, I thought, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. It's been a long day already. No, we're okay. We're all right. Just breathe, Catherine. Just breathe. All right, and there's the other one. Okay, now I can see it. See, we got a little bit of sun coming in here today. Not much, but a little. Enough to give me, this has got a little bit of a glare on it. That's what I'm going to say anyways. All right, so if I put that there like that, you know what? I'm going to forget top and front. So those are my little things. If any of you have ever got one of my books, rest assured, inside everything, inside of all the glue, there's probably front and arrows. It just helps me. So if I do you, okay. That's better. So if that's the top, then that's the top. That looks like it should be the top. I'm looking at the shadows, so this is wrong. I've already made this wrong. That should be like that. So, eraser. Eraser, there we go. I like that better. I just do front. So that will be the front. No, I don't believe you. I'm just going to ignore you. All that, what did I get done? Nothing. I hummed and hawed through a wrapping paper book. Well, the next part wouldn't be exciting anyways, because I'm just going to be gluing these onto those cardboards. I'm going to be putting the text block into my paper press. Where'd I put it? There we go. So this is going to go into my paper press overnight. These are going to all get glued. Let me put my arrow on it. These are going to get glued onto there, and then they're going to look pretty like that. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. Love it. All right. Let's see. Yep, 30 minutes. Well, thanks for joining me today. As ever, I didn't get much accomplished, but we had a nice visit. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll probably get together tomorrow, and I'll get a tiny little bit done again. Take care. Bye.